Good morning, children. How are you all? So see to that you are taking care, listening to your parents, and you are keep studying. Understand? So this is a very crisis situation. Every time I am telling that only because we are unable to see you. Only you are all seeing us, isn't it? So when you are there in the school, only all the teachers will be feeling happy, and it will be full of entertainment when you are here in the campus. So you are not in the campus. Only we teachers are roaming here and there inside the campus. So full of boredom for us. But it won't be more for you. You will be enjoying at home, I know very well. So anyway, now the online classes, recorded video classes are going on, and it is a new experience for you and for us also. And see to that you are listening to all the recorded video classes and you are carrying out your work efficiently. Okay. So I hope you will be doing your tests well, and I will be checking with the marks, and I want everybody of you to submit the notebooks as per the schedule which is being given, and it will be corrected, and the marks also will be sent to you as an SMS. Okay. And today I am going to teach you a new lesson. Already your ma'am has taken the lesson. The lesson is animals and their young ones, isn't it, from the science chapter. So I am going to teach you science. I am going to complete this lesson. So we will start with the same lesson, the animals and their young ones. What is the lesson? The lesson name is animals and their young ones. Animals and their young ones. See, children, you close your eyes. Okay, so we will close our eyes, and when the eyes are open, you can see two things in the world. So what you are going to do, you are going to close your eyes. So like this, you are going to close your eyes, and when the eyes are open, you can see two things around you. What are those two things that you can see around you? The two things are, one is the living things, the other one is called as non-living things. Isn't it? One is living things, the other one is non-living things. So you can see two things. When you close your eyes and when it is being opened, and immediately you can see two things. One is living things, the other one is non-living things. What are all the non-living things that you can see? You can see books, pens, fan, walls, chair, desk, TV, everything. They are all non-living things. Those non-living things you can see. So you keep this living things in your mind. Again you close your eyes and you open it, and again you can see two things. So what you are going to do? Again you are going to think about the living things. You are going to close your eyes. Again you are going to open your eyes, and you are going to see the two things of the living beings. What are those two things? One is a plant, the other one is called as animals. Isn't it? So, what are all the living things present in the world? One is a plant creatures, the other one is called as animal creatures. We have plant creatures, the other one is called as what? Animal creatures. So again, what is the chapter? Animals and their young ones. So, to introduce this topic, animals, I have given you the introduction. What is that introduction? We are going to close your eyes, and you are going to open your eyes, and you can see two things. You can witness two things. One is living things and non-living things. You know what are living things and non-living things, isn't it? Again you are going to close your eyes by thinking about the living things. Again you are going to open your eyes. So then you can see two living things. One is a plant, the other one is animals. You know how plants exist. What is the feature of the plant? What is the morphology, the pattern of the plant? Now the second one what we have is animals. So about the animals you will be knowing, isn't it? The plants when you take, it cannot move. It is fixed to the soil or to the substrate and with the root. It cannot move. No locomotory organ is present, isn't it? But animals can locomote from one place to another place. This is a difference, main difference between plants and animals. And one similarity will be there between plants and animals, that is giving birth to the young ones. Isn't it? Plants also reproduce, animals also reproduce. How the living organisms can give birth to the young ones? By means of reproduction. By means of what? Reproduction. So, therefore, the animals as well as the plants, which is called as living organisms, give rise to their young ones. Isn't it? The young ones. Young ones means what? Either it may be an egg or otherwise it can be the young ones. That is not in an egg stage. Suppose if the animals, say for example, if an animals going to lay eggs, we are going to see only about animals, no? So therefore, if animals going to lay eggs, and from the egg, if the young ones hatches out, such type of animals we are calling as oviparous type. Such animals we are calling as what? Oviparous type of animals, because the animals lays eggs, and from the eggs the young ones hatches out. Then we are calling as oviparous. Suppose there are some animals, those animals directly giving birth to young ones, no egg stage at all. Okay, so such a type of organisms we are calling it as viviparous. Such type of organisms we are calling it as viviparous. Shall we see the oviparous example? What the examples can be given? Egg-laying animals are what? It lays eggs. Isn't it? All kinds of birds, and even the reptiles. Reptiles like snakes, lizards. Isn't it? So they are considered to be oviparous, giving birth to young ones directly without the egg formation. Then we are calling it as viviparous animals. Those viviparous animals examples are all kinds of mammals. We are all mammals. Isn't it? It comes under a class mammals. We have vertebral column at the back, and it's a phylum, and we coming under a class. We are calling it as mammals. So mammalian species. We are all mammals. Isn't it? So mammals will give birth to young ones. Again, get the cards. What I told you now. So what is the chapter that we are studying now? Animals and their young ones. So about animals only I said. You have to close your eyes. You have to open your eyes. Then you can see two things. You can observe two things. One is living things. The other one is non-living things. Non-living things you know very well that I did not tell you. The living beings or the living things when you are thinking again in your mind, you can see two things. One is plants, the other one is animals. So what is the similarity between plants and animals? There are lots of differences will be there between plants and animals, but only one similarity will be there, that is the reproduction. Why it should reproduce? In order to perpetuate its species. Why it has to reproduce? Why the animals or the plants have to reproduce? In order to perpetuate. In order to perpetuate its species na plants illa animal. Perpetuate generation after generation. If I say for example, I am going to take a butterfly. If butterfly is not going to reproduce, it's not going to reproduce a pandala, not going to reproduce. Say for example, what will happen when the butterfly species it will become extinct. Extinct means what? So there is no existence of this butterfly in the world, isn't it? So like that it should not be. All the organism has to exist. Then only there will be a proper environment, proper ecosystem. We will be having a balanced surrounding. Healthy environment will occur, will persist in the society. So therefore, the butterfly or any of the organisms have to undergo a process of reproduction in order to perpetuate. The same organism has to exist, the same species has to exist generation after the generation. That is called as perpetuation of the species, or to perpetuate its species by means of the reproduction. So that is the similarity between plants and animals, isn't it? And what is the chapter that we are studying? About animals only we are studying, not about the plants. Animals also have life cycle, plants also have their life cycle. Animals also have different modes of reproduction, plants also have different modes of reproduction. But animals and their young ones. How animals are giving birth to young ones. Either it is going to give birth directly to the young ones like the viviparous animals or otherwise whether it is going to give rise to the formation of egg. Developmental stages வந்து அப்புறம் egg ones வரப்போதா in case of oviparous animals and we are going to see in this chapter. Okay, is it clear what I am telling? And now already your man thought about the life cycle of the hen, isn't it? The hen and the egg formation and the egg formation is how the adult hen, so is getting formed. The chicks are getting formed in the nursery. So today I am going to teach you about the life cycle of butterfly. Life cycle of butterfly. See, you take a garden. So, if I am going to ask you what makes the garden beauty, if I am going to ask you a question, I am asking a question to you. What makes the garden beauty? What are all the things? You will be telling plants. Next, the flowers in the plants, you will be telling, isn't it? Then the lawn, the grass being present, and other ornaments or other artificial things that is being present in the garden, the sitting and the waterfalls, all those the seating arrangements and the waterfalls will add beauty. But actually, those things will not give the beauty or aesthetic sense to the garden. These butterflies will bring the beauty. You go and see the beautiful gardens where the butterflies are present. So that garden will give you a pleasure, will give you a peace of mind where you can rejuvenate yourself, you can replenish, you will perish with the beautiful sense of well-being. When you are going to be in a garden, not only having the beautiful flowers, ornamental flowers or ornamental plants, whatsoever it is, apart from that the garden should have a butterfly. So this butterfly will create the beauty, will create an aesthetic sense to the garden. Okay, so butterfly, immediately you have to think of the garden. So if in your house also you are going to have a garden, you have to keep butterflies. How you can keep, but you cannot rear butterflies, isn't it? But you have to beautify your garden neatly, properly, without any dust or without any waste. You have to maintain it properly. Watering system should be there. The stagnating of water should not be there. If you are going to maintain a garden in such a way, then automatically the butterflies will start to come. When butterflies starts to come and sits on the flowers, and when it goes, then that creates a beauty. You should not go and disturb the flower. You should not go and disturb the butterfly. You have to stand aloof and you have to witness the beauty of the garden by seeing the movement of the butterfly. How the butterfly comes, how it takes the nectar from the flowers, and how it depends on the flower, and why it comes towards the plants and to the flowers, and all those things you can observe. Okay, provided if you have a garden, you see all these things. So, so far in the garden, you will be taking care of only the plants. No, you have to take care of these kinds of butterfly, because these butterflies depends only on the garden. So it is of foremost duty to make this butterfly survive in the world, isn't it? It should survive. So for that you have to create a nice garden, a beautiful garden with nice plants, not like a tree, like herbs and shrubs, like that type of plants. When you maintain, automatically the butterflies. Okay, now coming to this butterfly's life cycle, this butterfly is an oviparous animal. What is the first point? The butterfly is an oviparous animal. It is an oviparous animal. What I told you, what is oviparous? Which lays eggs. Which lays eggs. Okay, so eggs will be there. So eggs lay pannawe, when the animal lays the eggs, then these eggs have to undergo various developmental stages. It has to undergo what? Various developmental stages. Various developmental stages. Why it should undergo various developmental stages? Because so various developmental stages. Why it should undergo various developmental to the because it leads to the formation of, then only you can see the formation of the adult butterfly. Then only we can see what the formation of adult butterfly. So from the egg stage to the adult butterfly. What is meant by adult butterfly? Adult butterfly which can survive individually. It need not depend on the parents. It need not have any fear about the predators. It can feed on its own. It can take its prey. It can live independently. Such type of butterflies are called as adult butterfly. Predators are the birds are the isn't it? Then we are calling it as adult butterfly. After the egg in the adult butterfly there are stages. There are 4 stages we can see. Okay, these 4 stages from egg stage to the adult butterfly stage, we are calling it as developmental stage. We are calling it as developmental stage. So now developmental stage in the developmental egg irundhu adult butterfly develop. So we can call it as developmental stage. We call it as developmental stage. Appo in the developmental stage kulla the egg in the adult butterfly egg irundhu adult butterfly form agona, it has to undergo what? The developmental stage. Isn't it? Appo in the developmental stage kulla in the egg has to undergo appadina, there is a process. That process is called as metamorphosis. Metamorphosis. Again, what is the pronunciation? Metamorphosis. What is the spelling? M-E-T-A-M-O-R-P-H-O-S-I-S. This is called as metamorphosis. Metamorphosis. Morphosis அப்படினா morphology. என்னது morphology என்ன அர்த்தம்? External feature. இப்ப plant, அப்ப animals எடுத்துட்டா neck இருக்கணும், hands இருக்கணும். இப்ப butterfly எடுத்துட்டா you should have wings form ஆயிருக்கணும். It should have a proboscis இருக்கணும், nectar suck பண்றது, head formation இருக்கணும். Then the body formation should be there apart from the wings. அப்புறம் சின்ன சின்ன legs formation இருக்கணும். இது இந்த developmental stages எல்லாம் we are calling it as metamorphosis. அப்ப எங்க இருந்து metamorphosis ஸ்டார்ட் ஆகுது? எக்ல இருந்து அடுத்த ஸ்டேஜ் வரைக்கும் developmental stage. அந்த developmental stage எத்தனை ஸ்டேஜ்? 4 stages இருக்கு. அந்த 4 developmental stages process பேர் என்ன? Metamorphosis. Metamorphosis. The various developmental stages. என்னென்ன various developmental stages இருக்கு? First stage is egg. வந்துதா? எக்ல இருந்து the second stage we are calling it as a caterpillar stage. என்ன ஸ்டேஜ் குள்ள வருது? We are calling it as a caterpillar stage. Second stage we are calling it as a caterpillar. Then the third stage we are calling it as cocoon stage. Cocoon stage. Adile we can write it as the pupa stage. And the last stage என்ன சொல்றோம்? Butterfly. We are calling the adult butterfly அப்படினு சொல்லக்கூடிய butterfly stage. This is called as the 4th stage. What is the first stage? Egg. Egg ல இருந்து caterpillar stage, caterpillar ல இருந்து cocoon stage, cocoon to pupa stage, and finally the adult stage, adult butterfly stage. அப்ப இந்த 4 stages of developmental stage குள்ள இந்த butterfly வரணும், egg has to undergo அப்படினா it has to undergo a process called as metamorphosis. அந்த metamorphosis ல அப்ப egg ல some process should take place. caterpillar ல இருந்து cocoon வரணும்னா அங்க ஒரு process நடக்கும். egg ல இருந்து caterpillar, caterpillar ல இருந்து cocoon க்கு ஒரு morphological changes நடக்கணும். இந்த pupa cocoon ல இருந்து adult வரணும்னா அது ஒரு morphological changes நடக்கும். அந்த various developmental stages occurring from the egg to the adult butterfly we are calling it as metamorphosis. Okay, so இப்ப என்ன படிச்சிருக்கோம்? Life cycle of butterfly we are studying. Life cycle of butterfly ல butterfly அப்படினாலே நமக்கு ஞாபகம் வர வேண்டியது it's a oviparous animal. It lays eggs. Okay, this eggs it undergoes various developmental stages. எதுக்காக eggs various developmental stages குள்ள போறோம்? In order to form an adult butterfly. In order to form what? Adult butterfly. என்னென்ன various developmental stages இருக்கு? 4 developmental stages are there. What are those 4 developmental stages? First stage we are calling it as egg stage, second one we are calling it as a caterpillar stage, third one we are calling it as multiple stages from the egg stage to form an adult butterfly stage. Then that process we are calling it as metamorphosis. The process is called as what? Metamorphosis. We will see it in the diagram. Okay, now we will go to the diagram. First stage what I told you is egg stage. What is the first stage which I told you? That is the egg stage. Isn't it? The first stage is egg stage. See, the butterfly lays eggs on the leaves. Enga eggs are the lay pannadhu? Leaves. The eggs are the lay pannadhu. Isn't it? The butterfly lays eggs on the leaves. Let me write it here. It is like a story actually. It is like a story. Okay. So where do these butterfly? First is what? Egg stage. First stage is what? Egg stage. By egg stage what's happening? The butterfly lays eggs. Correct? And the eggs are in the lay pannadhu, the butterfly lays eggs on the leaves. Plant leaves. Parang diagram na leaves these are the leaves and the leaves or surface like it lays eggs. Inno clear ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்க வேண்டியது என்னன்னா எந்த இடத்துல leaves நம்ம சொல்றோம் leaves உடைய lower surface இப்ப leaf இப்படி இருக்கு அப்படினா lower surface அப்படினு சொல்றோம் இல்லையா அந்த lower surface தான் the eggs the butterflies will lay its eggs. ஏன் அந்த lower surface ல வைக்கணும் ஏனா அந்த எக்குக்கு அதிகமான sunlight இருக்க கூடாது மழை பெய்ஞ்ச வாட்டர் வந்துட்டு அந்த ஈரப்பதமான moisture அதிகமான humidity moisture should not be there and also to save the eggs from the predators. Where the butterflies வரலாம் squirrel வரலாம் where any other insects which will be present on the flowers or on the trees, those animals and those insects can come and it can affect eggs. So அதனால eggs பாதுகாப்பா the eggs has to undergo various developmental stages and stages வரது வரைக்கும் அந்த eggs preserve பண்றதுக்காக the eggs are laid on the under surface or beneath the surface of the leaves அப்படினு சொல்றோம். So the eggs are laid on the lower surface. எதோட lower surface? Lower surface of the leaves. The eggs are laid on the lower surface of the leaves. அப்படினு சொல்றோம். Lower surface of the leaves. Okay, so now egg. First stage is what? Egg. Egg பத்தி என்ன சொல்லலாம்? The butterfly lays the eggs. First stage is egg. Where do these eggs are present? Where do these eggs are laid? Eggs are laid on the surface of the lower surface of the leaves. எதுக்காக lower surface of the leaves ல the eggs are lay பண்ணனும் butterfly? In order to preserve, in order to save the eggs from the predator. So for that, the eggs are laid on the lower surface of the leaves. Can you see this diagram? So how many eggs are present? N number of eggs. N number of numerous eggs will be laid. We cannot count. Illa 4 eggs, 5 eggs, 6 eggs, and we cannot count. Instead, n number of eggs can be laid. Okay. And the egg stage, you see, individual eggs are given, and the individual eggs size will be bigger in size. So then inside the developmental stages should take place, isn't it? And the bigger size, I have taken 1 or 2 eggs. I have drawn the diagram in such a way that it has to be in a bigger size. So eggs, about eggs you can understand, isn't it? Appo eggs ketta enna solra butterfly oda eggs la eggs butterfly oda eggs appadina it is the first stage. Developmental stages la young ones form ஆகிறது adult butterfly form ஆகிறதுக்கான first stage. What is the first stage? The egg stage is the first stage. Where do these eggs are laid? On the lower surface of the leaves. Why it has to be laid on the lower surface of the leaves? Because it has to be saved from the predators or from the environmental factors like temperature, heat, sunlight and all those things you can see, isn't it? And in the butterflies, evlo eggs lay pannom, n number of eggs will be laid. It cannot be counted, and we cannot say only 3 eggs, 4 eggs, and we cannot say. So n number of eggs will be laid on the surface of the leaves. So this is the first stage. Now coming to the second stage, what is the second stage? We have the egg stage. Egg stage is the first stage. Now coming to first stage first stage of development, metamorphosis. Now coming to the second stage, that is the larval stage, or otherwise we can call it as caterpillar stage. stage. This is caterpillar stage is what? The caterpillar stage is the second stage. Second stage the developmental stage. Second metamorphosis. Metamorphosis the second stage. Developmental stage caterpillar. Isn't it? Now we'll see the caterpillar. How this caterpillar appears. You see the diagram. This is the surface of the leaves. This is the caterpillar. Isn't it? This caterpillar comes out of the eggs. அப்ப eggs ல இருக்கக்கூடிய அந்த yawl will get developed. அது டெவலப் ஆன உடனே caterpillar stage க்கு அது மாறிடும். caterpillar stage அப்படிங்கிறது it's a wriggling creature அப்படினு சொல்றோம். It's a wriggling creature. Wriggling creature என்னது? It starts to move like this. Spring மாறி இப்படி move ஆகும். Have you seen? You can see the larva, you can see the worms and all, just how it moves. So it's a wriggling creature. Like bones எதுமே இருக்காது, very soft texture அதோட body present ஆயிருக்கும், silky appearance அது present ஆயிருக்கும். But this caterpillar nowhere resembles that of the butterfly. Caterpillar எதை resemble பண்ணாது? Butterfly என்ன டைப் போடுறது பாரு. இந்த caterpillarக்கும் இந்த butterflyக்கும் ஏதாவது resemblance இருக்கா? No resemblance. Caterpillarக்கும் butterfly second stageக்கும் butterflyக்கும் there is no resemblance. Vast difference you can see. It can fly or what? No, it cannot fly. But butterfly can fly, isn't it? Can you enjoy the beauty of this caterpillar? No, you cannot enjoy. Whereas you can enjoy the beauty of this butterfly, isn't it? So vast differences you can see. So now we will see the caterpillar stage, which we are calling as the second stage. This caterpillar emerges. Emerges means what? Comes. Emerges means comes out of. எதை விட்டு வெளியே வருது? Out of the eggs. எக்கை விட்டு வெளியே வருது. It is a wriggling creature. It is a wriggling creature. That means it can locomote. It can move. And this caterpillar will start to feed. It starts to feed on the leaf on the surface and the broken egg shells. Feeding the தொடங்கிடுச்சு. எதை ஃபீட் பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சது? It starts to feed on the leaf and similarly the broken egg shells. சாப்பிட ஆரம்பிச்சு. அப்படி சாப்பிட ஆரம்பிச்ச உடனே what will happen? It starts to increase in size. It starts to increase in size. How it increases its size? By feeding on the leaf or the broken shell. And a broken shell la pathina calcium nariya irukku. Calcium is needed for the normal growth. So our normal growth kadachiruchu, nutrients are there. Leaf la pathina magnesium will be present, nitrogen rich substances will be present, which are very essential constituent for the normal growth of the organism, isn't it? So it gets all the nutrients from the leaves and similarly on the broken eggs. Caterpillar on the stage, second stage, it comes or otherwise it emerges out of the egg. And this caterpillar when you take it as a wriggling creature, it starts to move. It's a wriggling creature. It feeds on the surface of the leaf. Another leaf provided if a leaf is going to be like this, no? If the caterpillar is going to be present here, in the particular region, இங்க மட்டும் கேப் இருக்கும். Suppose if a caterpillar இங்க இருந்து இந்த இடத்துக்கு caterpillar is going to move now, இந்த particular region மட்டும் அப்படியே கட் பண்ண சிசர் வச்சு கட் பண்ண அப்படியே அது மாதிரியான பெரிய ஹோல்ஸ் எல்லாம் அந்த லீஃப்ல நம்ம அங்க பார்க்க முடியும். இந்த மார்ஜின்ல பார்க்க முடியும், இந்த சென்ட்ரல் ரீஜன், மிடில் ரீஜன் சொல்றோம், அங்க பார்க்க முடியும். இந்த சர்ஃபேஸ்ல எல்லா இடத்துலயும் பார்க்க முடியும். காரணம் என்ன? It starts to feed on the leaves. It just feed தான் கட் பண்ணி சாப்பிட்டுட்டே இருக்கும். So then when it feeds on the leaves and the broken eggshells, it starts to increase in size. Can you understand? So see the caterpillar leaf current, leaf எப்படி போட்டுருக்கேன், இந்த இடத்துல veins காமிச்சிருக்கேன், leaf ஓட veins. ஆனா இந்த caterpillar இருக்கக்கூடிய இந்த ரீஜன்ல மட்டும் veins எதுவுமே கிடையாது. வெறும் caterpillar மட்டும் தான். அப்படின்னா என்ன அர்த்தம்? This caterpillar has fed on the surface of the leaves. And similarly in the leaf body, the shell இருக்கு இல்லையா, broken shell. இந்த broken shell அதுதான் இந்த shell நான் காமிச்சிருக்கேன். In the broken shell சேர்த்து சாப்பிட்டு it starts to increase in size. That is a caterpillar stage, second stage. Now coming to the third stage, which we are calling as a cocoon stage or the pupa stage. Now this is the twig. leaf எல்லாத்தையும் சாப்பிடும். இந்த leaf எங்க போய் அட்டாச் ஆயிருக்கும்? twigலயோ இல்ல stalk of the plantலயோ தான் அட்டாச் ஆயிருக்கும் இல்லையா? இது stalk க்கு கன்வெர்ட் ஆயிடும். caterpillar will come to the stalk of the plant. stalk அப்படிங்க twigs அப்படின்னு சொல்றோம். இந்த மாதிரி stalk regionக்கு வந்துரும். twigs வந்துரும். இப்போ இந்த twigக்கு வந்த உடனே இந்த caterpillar என்ன ஆகும்னா கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமா அதோட சைஸை கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ட் பண்ணி ஒரு சர்க்குலர் ஷேப்புக்கு தன்னை மாற்றும். See, இது caterpillar, this caterpillar அப்படியே என்ன ஆயிடுச்சு பாரு, கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ட் ஆயிடுச்சு அதோட சைஸ். ஸோ எலாங்கேட்டடா இருக்கக்கூடிய சைஸ் இட் ஸ்டார்ட்ஸ் டு கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ட். கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ட்னா சின்ன சைஸ்ல மாறி ஒரு சர்க்குலரான ஒரு ஃபார்முக்கு வந்துடும். cocoon stage. அந்த சைஸ் அது குறைச்சிடுச்சு அப்படின்னா cocoon we will call. Now this is not a caterpillar. This we can call it as what a cocoon stage. இப்போ இந்த cocoon stage அப்படியே சைஸை கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ட் பண்ணி தன்னை சுற்றி ஒரு லேயரை ஃபார்ம் பண்ணி சில்கி ஃபைபர். இந்த ஃபைபர் பார்த்தா சில்கியா இருக்கும், ரொம்ப அழகா இருக்கும் பார்க்கிறதுக்கு. beneath the twigs, ஏன்னா எந்த ஆர்கானிசமும் போய் அதை அஃபெக்ட் பண்ணக்கூடாது இல்லையா? ஸோ பிட்ஸோ அது தன்னை சுற்றி ஒரு சில்கி லேயரை ஃபார்ம் பண்ணிக்கும். that stage is called as a pupa stage. That stage we are calling it as a pupa stage. That is a resting period. It's a proper developmental period. Parallel pupa stage. Pupa stage is கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமா அந்த butterfly develop ஆகும். பாருங்க, we can see development of a small butterfly. wings எல்லாம் ஃபார்ம் ஆக ஆரம்பிச்சிருச்சு, proboscis வர ஆரம்பிச்சிருச்சு, head region, the body region has started forming, and the legs எல்லாம் கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமா ஃபார்ம் ஆக ஆரம்பிச்சிருச்சு. next developmental stages, next a complete ஆன ஒரு adult butterfly later stage. Is it? So caterpillar it has come to the pupa. What is the pupa stage? So when the caterpillar attains the maximum size, the size starts to get constrict. Okay, size constrict ஆன உடனே it forms a circle. It forms a circle. The size got reduced and it forms a round spherical structure. That spherical round structure we are calling it as cocoon. Now this spherical structure will be getting enclosed within the silky fiber. Fiber மாதிரியான ஒரு லேயர்ல, outer லேயர்ல it will be present inside. protection காக. ஏன்னா external temperature and conditions எதுவுமே அந்த caterpillar அந்த pupa cocoon will be there, the cocoon affect பண்ணக்கூடாது. So such a way the layer will be getting produced. அது என்ன கலர்ல இருக்குன்னா லீஃப் ஓட கலர்லயே பிரசன்ட் ஆயிருக்கும். பாருங்க pupa stage என்ன கலர்ல இருக்கு லீஃப். ஏன்னா லீஃப் green, this also should be green in color. அப்பதான் என்ன பண்ண முடியாது, எந்த ஆர்கானிசமும் அதை ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ண முடியாது. predators போயிட்டு ஓ இது வேற என்னமோ இருக்கு அப்படி, because the pupa will be so tasty, nutrient rich. அதனால அதை எந்த predators அஃபெக்ட் பண்ண கூடாதுன்றதுனால அந்த silky fiber also resembles that of a green color similar to that of a leaf. அப்ப ஈஸியா நம்மளால ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ண முடியும். சப்போஸ் அந்த twigல தான் பிரசன்ட் ஆகிற brown கலர்ல இருக்குன்னா அந்த pupa என்ன ஃபார்ம்ல இருக்கும், brown கலர்ல மாறி வேற மாதிரி brownish கலர்ல மாறி. Can you understand the difference? அப்ப உள்ளே ஒரு resting period இருந்துட்டு it will not feel, already it has spent maximum. So ஏற்கனவே இருக்க nourishments, nutrients என்னென்ன இருக்கோ with that it perishes. Perishes means what? It starts to grow. அப்படி perish ஆகி develop ஆகி it comes to an adult butterfly. Adult butterfly par leaf the adult butterfly will be present. So the adult butterfly, beautiful wings with a differentiated color, and now this adult butterfly resembles that of the parent butterfly. So this is nothing but it is a parent butterfly. You can see the parent butterfly. The difference you can see now, the same. This is an adult butterfly. So this is a parent butterfly. This parent butterfly lays the eggs on the surface of the leaf of its own. Upper you see the parent butterfly and the adult butterfly closely resembles. Maybe there may be difference in the color. Another morphology pathina, structures pathina, adult butterfly no, parent butterfly no, there is a close resemblance. Caterpillar no structure is mother butterfly eduthu paru, parent butterfly, mother butterfly eduthu paru, there is no resemblance. Cocoon eduthu paru, mother butterfly paru, whether resemblance or not, no resemblance. Pupa eduthu you compare and see, no resemblance. Adult butterfly when you take, and this is what a parent butterfly, using the difference you cannot find out, you cannot predict the difference. There will be close 99.99 differences will be there, so similarities will be there other than the color and the texture. Okay, other than the color, rest of the morphological features closely resembles that of the parent. Which one? Adult butterfly will be parent. Okay, now we will write the notes. So what I have written, so caterpillar, which is a second stage I have mentioned now. Now coming to the next stage, which is called as what? Pupa or the cocoon stage. That also let me write. Hope you can understand, isn't it? So caterpillar I have written. Now Coming to the next stage, what we have is cocoon. What is this cocoon? Caterpillar. It is like a story. This is a book time spent understanding, knowing the terms, appropriate terms, and you have to frame your own sentence. You should not memorize anything. You have to understand the concept and you have to write. Okay. This I am not having book. I am writing on my own only. So this caterpillar, another caterpillar reduces in size. Correct? And it starts to attach on the leaf surface or otherwise on the twigs. Isn't it? And in this cocoon stage is a resting period. It is a resting. It will not feed. Resting na rest development it will not feed. It will not move. Locomotion later. So it's a resting period. It's a period of rest. It's a resting period. Understood? This is about the cocoon. Now coming to the pupa. What you will write pupa, cocoon, but the pupa then you know this cocoon is getting surrounded by the cocoon surrounded by outer layer, or otherwise you can call it as a cover. Outer layer, or otherwise you can call it as a cover. And the outer layer or the cover will be like a silky fiber. You can see the form. It will be the form of what? A silky fiber. So inside the silky fiber, the developmental process occurs, and the last stage when it leads to an adult butterfly. When it leads to what? Adult butterfly. And it leads to an adult butterfly. Can you understand? So egg stage, first stage, second stage is a caterpillar stage, third one is cocoon stage, the fourth one is and the cocoon and the pupa stage, fourth one is adult butterfly stage. Now we will see into the life cycle of a butterfly, which has been given in your textbook. So egg, butterfly laid egg. So this is stage 1. Correct? It laid egg on the surface of the leaves. The egg hatches out, develops, and it gives rise to the formation of a caterpillar. Beautiful caterpillar, isn't it? With nice head and with the body, and yeah, with the septum. The caterpillar can be seen, which is the second stage. In the caterpillar, another pupa stage. Cocoon pupa stage will be. Pupa outer covering and the covering caterpillar construct twigs cocoon stage, and the layer form we call it as a pupa stage. And the pupa various development comes to an adult butterfly. Now this adult butterfly will fly and it starts to feed on the flowers and nectars. Feed but it starts to go as an individual. Again, it lays eggs. It undergoes reproduction, mating, and it lays eggs. And this life cycle will start to continue year after year. Seasonally, it starts to continue. That is how the perpetuation of the species. Perpetuation and generation after the generation, and the species will exist generation after the generation in the environment or into the particular ecosystem. Understand? So hope you can understand it better, and see to that you are taking down in your class of notebook also. The diagram is very, very important, and this life cycle is also very, very important, and you have to draw it properly in your notebook. Life cycle of butterfly. Here I have not mentioned stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, like that I have not mentioned, and see to that you are mentioning. And here pupa, cocoon also should come. Why? Because cocoon to the pupa stage will come. Isn't it? That also has been given in your textbook in a simplified way. I have given you the diagram for a better understanding. I have drawn this diagram, and see to that you are taking down in your fab notebook. Again, we will revise what we have studied now. So, animals and their young ones is a lesson. So, I am teaching you what I have taught you what the life cycle of a butterfly. The butterfly, the various developmental stages, 4 developmental stages. Those developmental stages are called as metamorphosis. Okay, egg to come in an adult form. Adult butterfly it has to undergo the various developmental stages, and those various developmental stages we are calling it as metamorphosis. In exam I will ask you what is metamorphosis. Metamorphosis na nee eduthanum egg to the adult stage, egg to the adult stage. So egg has to undergo various developmental stages. It is a what stage? Developmental stage. It has to grow, and that developmental stages, those developmental stages are called as the metamorphosis, isn't it? They are the oviparous animals will usually undergo the metamorphosis because it has various developmental stages till it reaches an adult stage. So various developmental stages we are calling. So now what has happened? The butterfly laid egg. This egg develops into a caterpillar. This caterpillar will start to feed on the surface of the leaves and even the broken shells, eggshells, isn't it? And this caterpillar, when it attains a maximum size, then what will happen? It starts to constrict its size and it will become a circle. It becomes a spherical shape which will be present beneath the leaf surface or on the surface of the twigs, we can call. And that is stage is called as a cocoon. Next to the cocoon, the pupa stage will be getting formed. What is the pupa stage? This cocoon will start to form a layer, silky fiber, a layer, outer covering will be getting formed. And this pupa stage and the cocoon stage is a resting period. What is a resting period? You cannot talk about how this caterpillar moves, how the butterfly moves, like that. This pupa will not move. It is a period of resting. It is a dormant period. It will not feed on the leaves or something else like that. Whatever the materials that has been fed, which has been restored, and same thing will be utilized by the pupa. Inside the pupa, the developmental stages into an adult butterfly will take place, and the outer covering will get ruptured, will be getting open, ruptured, and it will get open. And as a result, the adult butterfly will come out and it will fly away. So this is the life cycle of the butterfly, and I have written the points in a simplified way. I have written, and see to that you are taking down in your classwork notebook and you are drawing this diagram. Okay, so thank you children, and study well. Thank you very much.